asked you by email to send some summary or transcript of remarks that Secretary General made, and you did send what looked to me to be sort of an opening statement. I wanted to know, was anything else said in the session for which you sent that for example, on this topic of South Sudan, but also on, for example, Ukraine and the call about Jeffrey Feltman? I'd just like to know what else was said and why this wouldn't be shared with the entire press corps here.
Well, I think there are two answers to this. The longer answer is that, yes, what we emailed out, what we distributed, and what we put online was a verbatim set of opening remarks by the Secretary General at the lunch he hosted for the UN Correspondents Association Executive Committee yesterday. We are not in the habit of providing a full transcript of what was partly on the record and partly off the record of a conversation that ranged over many topics. You will have seen the reporting from that. The short answer is, Matthew, get over it.
No, I
guess. Next question, please.
How can it be?
Next question, please.
Thank you, Martin, for all your insights. My question is on the Secretary General asking France and the Foreign Minister, Fabius, for more troops for the Central African Republic. He said he was going to speak with him again. Did he get any response, especially in light of the state visit?
He did speak again. Just to be clear, as you will have seen in the readout of the first conversation, the request was for more European Union troops, not specifically and only French troops. Mr. Feltman acted entirely as he should do as Under-Secretary General for Political Affairs for the United Nations. Yes, Matthew.
And I understand your thing of get over it, so I'm phrasing it this way. I would just like to ask you factually whether the question of Ukraine and specifically Mr. Feltman came up, and I ask it because without any rancor, it seems like normally Q&As you do distribute to the rest of the press corps, and even off the record, it's hard to understand why correspondents here, do you not trust people with it? We understand what off the record is. So rather,
how can you distribute something?
You could email it to resident correspondents. I mean, he just as you could do it. But what I want to ask you is, since I'm covering Ukraine,
one could take offline.
Was any question asked about Ukraine? Was any question asked about Ukraine and the situation of Mr. Feltman? And if so, what can you convey of the answer?
There was no reference to the topic that you just mentioned, specifically with reference to Mr. Feltman. Yes, I'm coming to you about